Okay, let's get this started. It's been a while. The Emotional Intelligence Podcast. We're back better than ever.
Yes, sir.
Emergency podcast.
Oh, this ain't plugged in. I'm crazy.
Oh my god. Stop this shit again.
I couldn't hear shit.
The Emotional Intelligence Podcast. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have a new addition to the family. I'm going to let her introduce herself. But she's been here, but now she's physically here with us. Go crazy, homie.
Yeah. I was in the comments, and in the conversations afterwards. But it's me, Angie. We living together, and that's how we can do these emergency podcasts. You feel me? Let's go.
We should talk about the move.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we've moved in July 2nd.
Wait, I gotta introduce myself.
Go crazy.
My name is Emir. I'm the audio technician. I was one of the co-founders of Emotional Intelligence Podcast, and now we've grown, and this is our new studio. It's fucking crazy. We might do like a tour.
Most def.
Which just means rotating the camera a little bit because it's pretty small.
It's a very tiny camera.
Right now, I'm editing the audio live, so that's why I'm in the background.
Shout out to Amir.
Shout
out to Amir, man. So
for you.
Before we go into the topic, we want to speak about the big move. It's been a big move for all of us.
Yeah.
We decided to try to move in maybe, am I crazy? Early April?
I want to say April.
Early April.
Most definitely April.
If you guys know me, I've been trying to move out since last year. It's been tough. It's been hard for a brother. And then surprisingly, Amir hits me up like, yo, you want to move in with me and Angie? We're looking for a place now. I'm like, ooh, say less. So we started that journey, and Angie, if you want to pick up from there.
Yeah, we were searching, and it was a huge move because I'm from Jersey, by the way. So
hold this L, Jersey. Respectfully.
So disrespectful.
I'm a disrespectful human being.
I can see.
You finna find out when you watch this over.
Exactly. So I'm from Jersey, and making the move to New York because Emer's my partner, by the way. So making that move was just a huge thing, and we was like, yeah, let's add Abe. Abe's cool peeps. We always get cool vibes from this dude, and we ended up here. It was kind of crazy.
It was super fast because we saw a few places we loved. I know Amir, Angie, and somebody else saw this apartment. I didn't see the apartment, but if you know Amir and if he likes something, Amir's going to let you know 100 times. So Amir's
I
love it. We have to leave now. The deadline's next week. I'm like, yo, I don't even know the place. But you know what? I had trust in them. So I was like, let's put it, the lease in. And then when I finally had the opportunity to see the place myself, I fell in love with it. So shout out to
Abe was like, I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, low key. It had some things we still got to fix up. But overall, it was a pretty great opportunity. It's a great move, and we're loving it. We don't hate each other yet.
Yeah.
I had a few friends out there like, yo, you're going to move in with a couple. You're going to hate them.
We're a cool couple. We're not one of those, you're friends with just your friend, and then the girlfriend's just like, oh, that's my friend's girlfriend. We're all cool type of thing. So I feel like that's a real big difference.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm pretty cool. I don't know about Angela.
I'm taking the mic away from you.
So
I got the power now.
This is all mine.
Okay, we have a question for Angie.
Yes.
Did you ever really envision yourself moving in with Amir anytime soon, or was it sporadic? Or
it was super sporadic, honestly, because Emir was talking about moving and just wanting to leave because your parents were leaving, and then
that's fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then
also, I mean, it more had to do with the drama in your fucking house.
Ooh.
Yeah. No. That's how the conversation started. Was you were like, I don't know, and I've been wanting to move just because, drama in my house is constant. So I was like, Wow, here's an opportunity.
Also, I have another question. I feel like I'm interviewing you guys now. But I do have a question in terms of what's the pros and cons of living with your partner? Because I feel like you guys most definitely have an interesting relationship in the sense that you guys haven't been together for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And typically that's when people do move in together.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know the pros and cons of, moving with somebody you've been with for less than a year,
Mm-hmm.
and how's that's changed or, impacted your relationship so far.
I feel so exposed. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like my parents are going to watch this.
Oops.
I don't know. It's literally been 13 days. And I don't know. I've loved living with Angela. Like cause like when she would come over from New Jersey to New York and she would stay the whole week sometimes. And so it was like the same process, but now she doesn't have to go home. She doesn't have to pack to come to my place cause we just live together and it's convenient. And like, I don't know, like we have the same interests and hobbies and stuff. And like, we've been balancing work and going out. And for like the first week, we were so busy setting everything up, moving furniture. And so this past week has been the first time we've been really able to relax in the sense that we were more comfortable being here. And so it's a little too early to be talking about like pros or cons, or really cons, honestly. Like I haven't seen a con in living together, but like Angela's annoying in general. So it's like,
so there's that.
It's not a living thing. It's just Angela
That's fair.
being herself.
Oh, that's not fair.
I do be myself. That is me, I do what I do.
So you agree with what Amir says? Like it's been mostly overall positive and it's exciting overall.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's been super exciting and like every moment is like, whoa. I feel like
And you guys can tell, like, it's been fun for me also because...
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, I think overall, like, at first I was really cautious with moving in with a couple because I'm like, damn, I don't want to see no PDA when I comes out the bathroom or, like...
Me neither.
That is very fair. Shout out to Amir for understanding. But also just, I feel like, man, I did have a thought in the back of my head, like, yo, if they ever got into a fight...
Would be weird.
I'm out like 2 roommates, or like also I've heard like the horror stories of moving in with couples with best friends.
Yeah.
But then I just trust in my gut. I'm like, yo, Angie's effing cool, and I'm like, I knew Amir since high school. Well, I met Amir in elementary school. Then we got really close in high school. So I pretty much know this human being pretty well, and you guys just been a great addition to this household, and it feels like a real family over here.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get into the topic. And we say emergency for a reason. Let's get into it.
Why you hold the microphone like
Because
you fucking?
I like that. I'm like that.
You're natural.
I keep
Feels like some rapper shit.
First of all, I always tell these people, like, I'm the content god in this. Amir, am I not? Amir, please disagree with me.
I'm not saying that on air.
Disagree.
But Amir would say that off air. He's like, man, you have the content.
I'm tired of you because you holding your shit up and it's blocking me. I'm the new addition.
Okay. My bad. Okay, you want to introduce the topic? What's even the topic?
Oh, so the topic was the effects of first love, of a tragic first love.
Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, that's a great... Damn. That's a great title.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess I'll talk first.
Yeah, go ahead. Set up the situation for
I don't
us.
even know if I want to go into details like that, but I'm going to set it up, guys. If you ever really got your heart sliced up, how can you really heal from that? Only because, like, everybody heals differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
The slice?
That opening, it just felt like a poem. Like you're about to go into like some spoken word shit.
Y'all I used to write poetry though. I was low key nice at it. I'm just letting y'all know I'm nice with my words. But like if you really have your heart sliced up, like I'm talking about, you were done tragically dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Like how does that healing process look for you? Because we all heal differently.
Yeah.
I know people who, their healing process is I'm gonna get into the next relationship within 2 weeks. Some people just, they stay by themselves for a year. Some people, they try to go with friends. Some people drink themselves out of that.
Consciousness, basically. Reality.
Reality. They don't want to live in that reality.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for me, my healing process is I usually stay to myself and just surround myself with a really strong support system. But I'm looking back at mine because I feel like I only got my heart broken once. Shout out to one time. One time.
One time for the one time.
One time for the one time because
Mm-hmm.
it was 2 times. It'll be clipped for me.
Ah,
Yikes. Big yikes.
big yikes.
But for me, looking back on that situation is I feel like I did some good things in my healing process, that I did my bad thing in my healing process. And just looking back at that, like,
But what is good and bad?
let me go into that thing. Great. Ooh, you passed that up. Like
Mhm.
James Harden. Oh, cool. Assist goddess. I feel like one thing I really did was speak about it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't speak about the tragic things in our life, especially when it comes to heartbreak, especially as men, because we think of that as like a failure, or you look like you don't want your bros looking at you bad. Be like, oh, you got your heart broken? Ooh, you let a girl do that to you? You feel me? So I feel like a lot of guys really hard, like, keep that in. They don't want to talk about it. But therapy is really good. I went to therapy.
Oh,
And that's some real stuff. I don't think y'all knew that.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
I went to therapy. It was tragic. Shout out to free therapy.
We love that.
We love free things.
Insurance.
Oh my god.
We are not sponsored by insurance.
We are not sponsored by
We're not
nobody
sponsored, No.
yet. But I went to therapy because I feel like it was very just tragic. I feel like getting your heart torn into two when you want to love somebody correctly is just a hard thing to swallow. You feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you may resonate with that, you may not, but it took me some time to actually realize what was happening to me mentally, because the first thing I felt was just great anger and betrayal. And I didn't know how to handle that because this is my first time healing that. I'm like, whoa, do I punch somebody? Do I just cry about it? Like, what do I do? And I really shout out to my strong support system in that moment. I think the worst thing I did was try to understand.
Yeah.
You can't
Be
understand.
open-minded to this
Yeah.
person and what they did to you.
Yeah. You can't understand betrayal. I'm sorry. I can never understand it.
Especially if you're not that type of person.
Yeah, like if your moral compass is like set up differently, you would never understand. So I feel like one thing you should never try to do is understand it, and that's our natural instincts, and that's weird. Like humans telling someone not to try to understand something, it's wild. But I'm telling you, especially when it comes to betrayal and heartbreak, like try to look inwards, because if you try to understand, you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. And I feel like I was most definitely driving myself crazy, understanding, looking through text, like what did I do wrong? Nah, bro.
What
You
did
didn't do-
they do?
Mm.
How did they get to a point where, or how did you get to a point where you not quote unquote allowed this,
Mhm.
but I don't even really know how to word this.
Frame that, right?
Yeah, it's just a matter of, okay, did I do something wrong? Did I cause this? No, what were they doing in their life that made them feel like that was okay to do to you?
And even with that question,
That you
how
deserve that.
but the thing is, you never deserve that, especially in
Yeah.
that situation. Again, when it comes to betrayal, like you always try to think, what could I have done differently? What could they have done differently? But nah, bro, they just who they are. You just have to, again, lean on your support system. Trust your instincts and know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be tough at first. I'm telling you, it was tough at first. But I just really lean into a really strong support system, and I just understood like, yo, not everybody's gonna do you like you did them. In the sense that you could treat someone with so much respect, that doesn't mean they're gonna respect you right back. You can love someone correctly, it doesn't mean they're gonna love you right back.
Okay, but how do you fight urges to be petty?
That's real.
Like if you see your ex struggling, how do you fight the urge to be like, ha?
Okay, so I'm gonna just frame that in the sense that we're all in our early 20s. So people may like, oh, like we all have different maturity levels. I know there's like an 18-year-old listening to this, like I'm very mature. How petty? Oh, chill out. Like, come on, chill out. We're all
Unless
different.
you've been through it, you don't
haven't.
know.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass it up to Angie. How would you answer that?
I would just say it's a matter of like really understanding yourself and reflecting and going to a space where it's like, okay, let me not let me not get to a mindset of like, okay, let me bring myself to their level, let me stoop to their level and see that if I can make them feel the same exact way that they made me feel. It's a matter of, okay, I'm gonna stand my ground in my morality, stand my ground in you know the pureness of the love that you had for this person, not standing in that pureness of love for them, but standing in the pureness of where that love was coming from.
So I'm gonna slightly disagree with everything you're saying, and I'll
Okay.
tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I think your answer is it's like you're still in their life in some regards. Like how you explain it is like you talking about the parody of love, so you're admitting that love is there, right?
Not necessarily. I just mean not
Like
even just love, but like the care,
that you once had
that
for
you
them.
once had for them, but not saying like, oh, I care for them and I want to not think, I want to not be, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, no, what is that? What, the pettiness that you're about to put on them, what is that going to do to you afterwards? Is that going to make you feel better? Is it going to make you feel better for 2 minutes and then 5 minutes later you're going to feel like a shithead because you know deep down in your heart that that is not the type of person that you are? Or is it gonna be like okay, now I've done this, maybe I'm gonna continue to be this petty person because it felt good, and I'm gonna continue to be a petty person and then project that onto my next relationship and bring that shit to other type of
16
stuff.
minutes, by the way.
Okay, so emergency podcast is going over. I was expecting 5, but we just love talking so much.
Yeah,
5.
I thought it would be really quick.
I mean, we did the whole move-in thing too.
Yeah, we did
so.
have that quick conversation. I'm gonna say this to just, I guess, push back on Amir's question is, what kind of pettiness are we talking about? For me personally, can you ever really be petty and not be in love in some sense, or not have feeling for them in some sense? Because if you feel the need to be petty, are you actually fully healed, or are you just like, well, karma just got you crazy, so I'm gonna laugh on the side and not care? Like it's a little more complicated than that. I'm gonna let you, Amir, speak.
I mean, like, one of the things I had to learn how to do is let go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's such a huge thing. It's like you could spend the rest of your life hating your ex for like shit that
They deserve.
maybe you think they deserve.
Ooh.
Like, there's a lot of things that I think about in my past that I was like, maybe I fucked that one up, but I won't admit that ever. But
Accountability, what's that?
yeah, I don't really have emotional intelligence, but you know, like you can spend the rest of your life doing that, or you can move on, and moving on is really hard. It's not that simple, and I hate when people like tell you to move on, as if it were simple, because it's horrible advice. It's obvious. It's not like people necessarily want to stick in the past. Sometimes you do. And that's toxic to yourself. Sometimes you secretly or like subconsciously want to be stuck in the past, but it's not healthy for you and you just don't know it yet. I experienced that too. You know, like refusing to let go of relationships, almost like just being like, cause you get stuck in this routine where you wake up, you get excited to text whoever, and now you don't have that anymore, and it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Wow. And letting go of that is a process, but I feel like you don't, if you're still being petty in terms of like, you know, commenting or stalking their page, their social media.
That's overboard at that point. Stalking and at that point is crazy.
Stalking is a strong word, but you know, like looking them up.
Okay, that's
and
different.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like
okay, when I heard stalking, I was like, dun.
If you're still looking them up and stuff, it's like even that, no matter how like little you think it is,
it says a lot.
Even though you're not interacting with them, you're not messaging them, it's still a lot like on you mentally. Like it will have an impact on you. And as soon as you start learning how to let go, I feel like that's like the first step to, I guess, finding someone else. Because if you find someone else and you still haven't let go of the previous person, it's not gonna look good. I've gone through that. I've gone through a lot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have so much trauma.
We can have a whole episode on just Amir.
Yeah.
So I feel like every episode, if you haven't seen the other episodes, please watch, share, subscribe, and like. So Amir, Amir said a lot of great things there. Um, let's start with the letting go and how tough it is to let go. When we do talk about letting go, people talk it like it's a cakewalk. Like, oh, you should just let go. You're gonna be fine. No, bro. No, it's not. It hasn't been fine. Like, if especially when you have to go to therapy and you know you have to go to therapy, or you know that you truly love that person and you guys had a future together, saying just to let go, I feel like in that simplest sense, yeah, it's really insensitive. It's like a slap in the face. And just like Amir says, you have a routine that you actually enjoyed. It's like losing a part of yourself. Like you were really growing to love, right? We talk about self love on this channel before, and the importance of self love and how tough that journey is. So sometimes being in a relationship helps you love yourself more, right? Is that true?
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know I was pretty until like my third girlfriend. Like, cause I was under the impression that no one liked me, and like
Everybody
I
likes
was fine with that. I was kind of chilling, like just playing video games and shit. And then I got laid, and that just opened a whole new portal of stress. Um, so like, yeah, I don't know. It has its ups and downs. But human beings are natural, like,
Mated.
not mated,
Social,
but like
social animals.
social animals.
There we
And it's
go.
like you can't. I wouldn't like promote like a hermit lifestyle. You know,
I
that's
agree.
not like some people are into that, but like I wouldn't promote it because I just don't feel like people deserve that. I feel like people deserve social interaction. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's that's most definitely fair, and I think again, being in a relationship most definitely helps you see more of yourself. And again, I know there's somebody's gonna be on the comments like, but you can do that while you're single and alone and have some self. Andrew wants to jump in. Go in. Go in.
Yes, yes. I feel like when a lot of people say like, "Oh, I need to work on myself before I can get in a relationship," which is fair. There's a lot of scenarios where I feel like you do have to understand to a certain extent who you are before you get in a relationship, entangle yourself with somebody else, and then think that their personality is your personality. But I do think that when it comes to certain relationships, the right relationships, a person will hold you accountable and will point you out and tell you that this what you're doing right here is not something that you should be doing, or like it's not cool, or like whatever the specific case is. And if that's not the case, then it's like, well, they're showing you what you don't want or what you do want, and you learn throughout the relationship what things you like and what things make you happy and what little things are like make your heart tingle type of shit. And sorry, I don't know if y'all are cursing on this, but
Nah, we do it sometimes.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah. No, go crazy. Keep going. I like the
yeah,
flow.
yeah. So I just feel like a lot of times people don't take that into consideration is when you go and you do your whatever by yourself, which works for some people, but in some cases you don't have that accountability. You don't have somebody to call you out on your whatever, on your BS, and hold you accountable. Because a lot of times people want to talk themselves out of things and think that they're right, especially if you're doing whatever and nobody's calling you out on it, whether it's a like a romantic relationship or a friendship. If you have yes people around you constantly, you're not going to know that what you're doing is not healthy or what you're doing is not cool to other people or yourself. And I feel like that's something that isn't talked about a lot because you're not comprehending that some things have to change, and you have to be able to learn how to evolve and develop when you're held accountable, you know?
Yo, Angie just went crazy. She just went for a 50-point triple double right now. Really.
I've had to explain it to so many people because I feel like in our relationship I've learned so much about myself, and people think that it's like, oh, Emir's changing you. But it's like, no, I'm just learning about myself. And I'm just learning, that.
I like that.
You already know who said that.
We know who said that.
Exactly.
We don't have to say their names. We know who said that.
Exactly.
They know who said that.
So.
Send me the address. I'll find them.
Oh my God. No, but like, I think you hit on a lot of great points. You know how people like, I think my ex because they helped me realize so much, right?
Yeah.
That's some real shit.
shit.
That is some real. I feel like people, especially on social media, like you can be strong by yourself if you let a relationship influence you. You're weak, or you can go on a self-love journey by yourself. You're gonna be fine. And guess what? For some people, yes, you can do that.
I feel like it's taken out of context.
Yeah,
though.
like as humans, we're all different. Some people work better when they're in a relationship.
Or it doesn't even have to be romantic.
It doesn't
It's
even
just-
have. Thank
just
you.
People having people around you who will tell you about
But
yourself,
yourself,
and
holding
are
yourself
being
accountable.
honest with you.
It's
People, some people will just like not want to hurt your feelings, and it's
Right.
like you're not hurting somebody else's feelings by letting them know that this is not cool. They have to learn at some point. It's either going to be you, the person that they like and they trust, or it's going to be somebody that they don't want to hear it from.
Yo, that's a fact, and it goes back to accountability. Like people struggle holding themselves accountable, and I want to tie this back to like the main point of like really healing from true love. You have to hold yourself accountable, and sometimes you need other people to do that. Because I didn't know I healed until people around me like let me know like, yo, you're in a way better space than I knew you were 3 months ago. And sometimes those comments make you step back and like, yo, on the realist, I was horrendous 4 months ago, but I'm real better now. So yes, I think you could most definitely be, healed from a broken heart. I think the number one step is having a strong support system that's going to hold you accountable, and also being self-aware that takes a long time, and it takes a long journey to heal yourself from that. And it's okay. Self-awareness is key, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to be heard. It's okay to go through all of that. It just makes you human. But just don't let it hurt other people. That's really important. And I'm gonna let Amir speak real quick.
It's been 27 minutes.
Okay, so it's time to almost wrap this baby up. You see the robes though. Again, this is emergency pod. More pods coming. Okay, the robe action was real crazy. You feel me? 180, 89 in total. This isn't even the whole thing. Y'all gonna see the whole thing.
Kimono?
Yeah.
You feel me?
It was authentic,
real.
traditional.
I feel real
kimono.
snuggy over here. Come cuddle. Anyways, you know the vibes. This is Abraham Doki, Mr. Doki, the king of content, signing off, the Emotional Intelligence Podcast. I'm going to let my guest host not my guest host. That's disrespectful. My other host sign off as well.
Hi, I'm the guest host. This has been the beginning of season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 Emotional Intelligence Podcast. I don't know how far we're going to take this.
We're going to take it to the stars.
We're going to take it to the stars.
HBO, holla at us.
My name is Americus Brown Murillo Gonzalez.
Ooh, full name.
Yeah, I'm signing out.
And this is Angela Hope Ganges Davis.
Ooh wee.
Signing off.
Much love.
From
Peace.
Emotional Intelligence Podcast.
Yeah. Peace and love and peace and serenity. That's always my sign off. Peace and love and peace and serenity.